Ryan Stevens here over at Mortgage Shots. Listen, this would be a great day for you to share the show, and then also go ahead and hit subscribe if you're seeing us for the first time so we can go ahead and send you a daily update what's going on in the mortgage space, maybe with a little sales nourishment in there. And of course, it's free of charge. Now, we got some great stories today, and this is a real big one for loan officers. Listen up. Did you know the group Veterans United right now, they're getting sued, complaining of RESPA violations, referral payments to agents, and confusion over VA affiliation? That's the big one, isn't it? We all remember when we took our test that you can't represent yourself as being part of the VA. But Veterans United, is that part of the VA? I don't think so, especially if they're not using their insignia. But here's the deal. The complaint alleges that the private for-profit corporation that's unaffiliated with the military has designed its brand website to mislead homebuyers into believing it's connected to the United States Department of Veterans Affairs. Well, that sounds egregious. They shouldn't be doing it, and it's great that the VA is looking at that. If only that were the case. Multiple real estate and loan officers who say they routinely lose business because borrowers believe they must use Veterans United since it's part of the VA. And the company was founded and run by 3 individuals with no military service records, as by the way is the case with a lot of veterans groups that are across this country right now who are out there to truly help veterans take advantage of their mortgage benefit. However, it seems that dog don't hunt right now. But here's the kicker. The class action lawsuit accuses Veterans United Home Loans of misleading veterans about its VA affiliation and steering them to more expensive loans, citing violations from federal and Missouri laws. Are they really steering them towards more expensive loans? Now, if they are doing that, meaning they have larger margins than what your company would do, then yeah, it's kind of shady. But I gotta tell you, we gotta see how this one plays out because I can see this whole thing from both sides. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Moving on to something that we've talked about quite a bit. Gen X millennials are set to inherit trillions, not billions, but trillions of dollars in real estate wealth in the coming years. Coldwell Banker Global Luxury 2026 report projects that Gen X and millennials are going to inherit about $4.6 trillion in real estate wealth, with over half flowing to the U.S. younger affluent buyers, which, by the way, is reshaping the luxury market. This is kind of a tricky one. We've all seen the type of videos where some schlep rock is going into like a 5-star Michelin restaurant or going over to a Ferrari dealership and they're saying, oh my God, you're not allowed in here. Here's the point. It's with mortgages as well. You never know what you're getting and you can't judge a book by its cover. And right now, with $4.6 trillion, not billion dollars, going to younger generations, we all know that your average sweet spot for buyers is probably somewhere in the 40s and 50s, but don't discount the 30s and 20s. Now, there's a really interesting article from Cotality, and what they say is they're calling it the frozen tsunami. I've heard it called the silver tsunami. It's a baby boomers who are passing away, my mom's generation. And what they're suggesting is this transfer of wealth and these transfer of homes isn't going to fix our inventory problem. They cite in 2025, inherited homes reached a record 7% of all U.S. properties. That, by the way, is a big number. Totaling 340,000 homes. Now, understand, in the coming years, 26, 7, and 8, those numbers are going to increase, and they're going to go 7 digits. We will be in the millions on inventory alone from that transfer of wealth and baby boomers passing on. Now, when we look at our shadow inventory of the FHA, which is upward of 4.3 million, and the fact that builders are now building more homes, yes, things are looking up. In fact, with rates going down right now, sales have actually ticked up. Anyways, Cotality goes on to say that in California, favorable tax laws incentivize beneficiaries to use an inherited home as their primary residence. But as I've told you before, when you get 3 siblings fighting over $1 million house, that sucker is getting sold, and everybody now has a $333,000 down payment, which in my neck of the woods is a pretty darn good place to start. Sourced in season money, we all love that. For the first time this year, passed down homes more than doubled the number of new homes that were built in the beloved state, where 1 in 4 transactions in the entire country takes place. And finally, in anticipation of what they call the silver tsunami, supply will be delayed as seniors age in place and hold on to their historic volume of homes for a longer period of time. That's why we find ourselves right now with 340,000 properties, not 3.4 million properties, because yes, in fact, seniors are aging in place. Let me dovetail there. If seniors are aging in place and they own their houses, and by and large they own them free and clear, and they're cash strapped but equity rich, what would they need? Anyone? We should be killing it right now with reverse mortgages. Now, this is not a misrepresentation, but if you called a reverse mortgage a HECM, or if you called a reverse mortgage a retirement loan, or if you were to call a reverse mortgage a aging in place loan, I bet you could double or triple your volume, because there's a stigma, unwarranted, but there's a stigma stigma that goes along with reverse mortgages. And finally, continuing the trend with positivity here, new listings rose for the first time in 2 months, with low interest rates bringing buyers back to the table. Again, not just for those purchases, but for those refinances. Home demand buying is improving. U.S. pending home sales fell 1.6% year over year, the smallest decline. However, mortgage purchase applications are sitting at the highest level in the last 3 years. That's super positive. So go out there, engage your referral partners, and make stuff happen, because this is, again, I'm going to keep saying this, a fantastic market for loan officers and real estate agents who are kinetic and keep their feet moving. With that said, guys, you make it a great day, and check out everything we got here, because there's a bunch of exciting new stuff coming from Mortgage Shots. And make sure you share this, subscribe, and let me know what you guys think down below. With that said, see you later, guys.